sometimes like we don't hope, and so we just don't even try, but I feel like hoping is like the first step. Sometimes it's like I hope that I'm right, and I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna persist and persist and persist, and then when it flips into belief, it's one of those things where you find out you're right,
Mm,
and then you just continue that process that you went through to get to that point, right? And you just pour it on then, and it multiplies because you're certain that you're right. And then when you're certain that you're right, you make decisions completely different, and everything that was bad that happened, or quote unquote bad, becomes fuel to the belief as well, because you didn't crack under it. So then once you've gone through that situation and you didn't crack, then your belief is even stronger, right? Because now you have stories that feed the evidence, right? Like, oh, I went through that situation and I still made a good decision. So even though it was bad, what I learned about myself through that was this, 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 and this, and this is how here's how I'm gonna share that. Here's how I'm gonna pour into that. Here's how I'm gonna live that out. And so
you're
I think,
talking about self-validation.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like there was a situation when I was a kid growing up where I was living with a parent. My parent wasn't in a really good place to be a parent, and so therefore I was left home for about 3 days when I was in the seventh grade.
Hmm.
And during that period of time, it was a challenging situation, right? I'm like, is this person still alive? Is like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. But I still went to school every day during that week. So by the time my parents showed up on Friday, I was kind of over the situation, if you will. But what I learned about that situation was that I don't need someone else to tell me what the right thing to do is. I have the power within me to continue to do the right thing, no matter how difficult the situation that I'm in. And so I try to pull like what the positive aspect of what can be considered tragedy, right? It's like, no, this is who I am. This is what I did in that situation. A lot of times we look at something we did bad and we focus on that, and that becomes a part of our negative self-talk, instead of saying, whoa, hold on, wait a minute, I've been through this situation here, and here's how I responded, and so therefore this is who I am, and embracing those positive attributes that show up in the middle of tragedy, right?
Hmm.
And so that's like just different things like that are what enabled me to get through tough times, to allow me to turn hope into belief.